When I first got Minecraft, it was one of the best things that have ever happened to me. To me, Minecraft was a world full of unlimited Lego blocks, what I've dreamed of all my childhood. I now didn't have to visit every garage sale I came across to see if Legos were present, and I could build whatever creative thing my small mind could construct. Just placing dirt blocks randomly on each other showed me the power of creatism I had. Not only were there things to build, but there were also trees to trim, ores to mine, and also biomes to explore. There were so many different biomes, it felt like I could never reach them all. But as the months went by, I started feeling lonely playing alone. No one I knew played Minecraft, and my parents and family would walk by and say, "Why are you wasting time playing a game that won't ever account to something?" I now realized I wasn't getting any credit for the creativity I had in constructing things in Minecraft. So I decided to try and find people who would appreciate my work. I started looking for servers that had friendly people to play with. The first couple servers that I met were great servers. They had many people on them that I enjoyed playing with. I made a few friends. Some were great at what they did on the servers, and some were new, so I introduced them and helped them get along on the server. Those are great days, but it wasn't what I wanted. But I still savored the moment. As I played those games, I was still on my search for that one community that I knew I'd be able to fit in. But in that time period, I never did find one, and soon, school started again. It was my first year in college, and I had no experience on what it would be like. I had been homeschooled all my life, and had never been to a public school, so college was a really big leap of faith for me. In college, I didn't make that much friends, because I spent too much time studying and working on my exams. I made a friend here and there, but not like the friends I wanted. The schedule was one thing I did not like. It ate all my time up and left me with nothing else to do except chores at home and work at college. Things weren't as I'd planned, and my hobbies came to a halt during college season. I didn't have any time for any of my filmmaking, any more of Minecraft, or even the music that I usually worked on. As soon as college ended, I was back on my hunt for a perfect Minecraft server with a good community on it. I thought that since I was homeschooled, I could look up servers that were hosted by homeschoolers. I tried, but most of them were just loaded with younger kids, with a few adult admins. I couldn't have discussions with these little kids. They were good at Minecraft, but they didn't have what I wanted. I was out of hope. But then it hit me. I had been looking this whole time for servers that had nothing to do with my core belief. So I searched in the engine for Christian Minecraft servers. The first one that popped up was CCGR.com. I was quickly whitelisted, and when I logged on, for the few people that were on, I got a warm welcome from them, and also a warm welcome from the forums. Once logged on, I easily started my own land and began to build, and a few people asked if they could help too. As we built structures, I was able to have many different conversations with many different people. I was able to talk about filmmaking with a fellow filmmaker, talk about faith with several other people, and even talk about bad things that we as players have done on different servers. I'd finally found the best Minecraft community, and I actually fit right in. The forum discussions were also really important in my start on the server. Everyone had started so many topics, it was easy to just jump into a conversation, or even start a new one. We shared jokes, talked about updates, prayed for one another, about the latest game that was on sale, and even about starting an in-game church. Sadly, I became careless and started to use hacks to make my life easier. I used them for a week or so until I talked to one of the other players about it. We both agreed that I would get rid of my hacks and play for fun instead of glory. I took my hacks down and never used them again. But I still had that feel of guilt that I had used them at one point in time, that I had been cheating with these new friends of mine. I couldn't get over how I felt, and I couldn't confess either for some reason. So I just kept it in until now. Months later, I was asked to be part of a group that would make these animations for YouTube on the server. It took a lot of thinking to decide whether or not I'd like to be a part of that. Since filmmaking is my hobby, I really wanted to be part of it, but with my farm and everything else in my life, I had to say no. It was hard. I didn't want to disappoint my friends, but I knew it was best because I had no time anyway. And even later, I started my own excavation project on my land. And a couple of the other friends of mine decided they wanted to help. They donated some of their own diamond stuff to help me excavate all this land. It took plentiful of hours to get all this done in just a couple weeks, but I feel as if it was worth it, because during that time of construction and destruction, I was able to spend a lot of my time having discussions about what it's like to be a Christian and the ups and downs of life and what to do around then. It was encouraging to have all these conversations with friends of mine. I wish they could go on forever, but they couldn't, because, again, college came once again and took me away from the community I had joined, and I fell back into my lonely state. I still had just a few friends in college, but not like the friends I had made in the CCGR community. As classes went on, I counted the days till Christmas break, thinking about what we would be talking about and what we would be doing. I was getting worried as Christmas break was coming soon, because I was starting to hear things were starting to not run well in the community. I came back on break to found that some of the players were complaining that the admins weren't doing their job well enough. And I was curious to see what was really happening. I found that life was happening around the admins. So some of the other people in the community and I started telling the others that instead of harping on the admins, we should be thanking them for all the time and effort they put into making our time as a community worth it. As of now, that is still happening, and I pray that we all laugh on this one day. I know that my life would be much different if I'd never made friends and had the conversations I had in the CCGR community. Thank you guys. I'd never give up this community.